Over in Japan, the Japanese feminists have been enraged once again, and this is terrifying news. There's literally dozens of them. So hearts out to the JP bros overseas, and let's check out what's got these Japanese feminists so upset. That would be this commercial from Toyo Suisan. It says, doesn't dashi somehow make you feel relieved? CV Kana Ichinose. What's got them upset though is the animation. Yeah, I can just imagine some like terminally online, weird, insecure Twitter feminists getting all mad about this. So they're trying to argue that this is overly sexualized and is problematic. And I think someone can make a strong argument that it's less sexualized than it is more sexualized. Like maybe only a few of the frames there are sexualized, if anything. There's lots of people who enthusiastically enjoy their food. I myself am one of them. Like I'll come home after a hard workout, get some like fresh chicken that I cooked up, and man, chomp down on that meat and I could feel the protein just like coursing through my veins. It's great. But ultimately forget all that stuff because seriously, who cares? This ain't even a big deal. And that's the main point. Whether you think it's not sexualized or it is, to whatever varying degree you may think that, the main point's that this advertisement is really a non-issue. This is like so not a big deal. And getting all offended over it is such pathetic behavior. Anyways, that takes us to this Japanese feminist Twitter account who's complaining about the ad. Yep. Translation reads, the controversial ad has been criticized for its depiction of women. Oh yeah, controversial, To who? To people like this? Okay. Here are some reasons why it has gone viral. Unrealistic representation of women. Bruh, are you kidding me? Like, unrealistic? It's a completely normal woman there. What are you getting so mad about? It's unrealistic. Difference in cheek redness compared to the male version. Wow. You know, maybe she blushes more than he does. Who cares? It's such a non-issue, like I said earlier. These people are literally complaining about cheek redness. I cannot take this seriously at all. I can't believe these people take this seriously. This is like what they do with their life. How sad is this, guys? This is so sad. In other words, advertising from a male perspective. Oh, wow, that's so terrible. Since anime culture has a strong sexualized perspective on women, we are now in an era where companies must manage the risks when using anime in advertising. As if there's not also a bunch of women who are into anime and writing like manga and anime and all that. Like, messing my words up a little bit now, I apologize, but this is just hilarious. Like, I cannot believe this account. It gets 10,000 likes on this tweet. Oh my gosh, what's this? Another tweet they made. Contrasting men and women is a regulated expression under the UK advertising guidelines. Oh, they're bringing the UK into this? What on earth? Is this like one of the people who supports that whole UN stuff we were talking about a few days ago? Again, I apologize about messing my words up right now. This is just like such loony behavior. Oh my goodness. But by comparing it with the way men are portrayed, we can see the unique female characteristics of anime. There's a certain amount of male gaze or gaze in a sexual context. Person like crawled out of a cave from 2014 or something. Who even talks like this nowadays? It was pathetic back then. It's even worse to hear now. Like, move on and get over yourself. And so they're responding to this other person, Ladybird, who seems to be another one of these Twitter feminist types. We'll take a look at what they say in a moment. But first, sticking on this account, let's check out their bio because it's pretty interesting. If we translate their bio, it says something about the flames were invisible insights, advertising consultancy, alternatives to flame advertising exhibition in the UK. So I'm kind of confused here. Is this a Japanese person living in the UK or a UK person with interest in Japan? I'm not really sure what's going on here. But advertising consultancy, huh? So another one of these people who stir up a lot of drama and try to make issues out of non-issues and just so happens to be in some sort of consultancy business. Oh, here's why X, Y, and Z is so problematic and offensive and you should listen to me and give me money. Pay me, by the way. Here's another JP Twitter feminist tweet crying about the advertisement. This one with 8,600 likes reading, Maru-chan's animated videos are creepy. The female characters are crying after watching a drama, while the male characters are working overtime, which shows gender bias. And in both, the previous anime and this one, only the women have red cheeks. Do they understand that making female anime characters blush is a pornographic act? And are they just making a wink at those customers? Yeah, no, just no. This person has absolutely no room to talk about anything being creepy when they're the ones who see a female anime character blushing and automatically just think of pornography. Like, bro, what? What the projection? And don't get me wrong, I do know there's things where like an anime character will be doing something lewd and also blushing, and you know what's implied there. Sure, it's like sexualized. But that is absolutely not true that like anytime a female anime character is blushing in any circumstance, it's automatically taken to that extreme. That's just not true. This person's crazy. And they weren't done there. Going on to say, either way, it's gross. I wish they wouldn't normalize the sexual iconization of women. And going on to no one's surprise, lock their responses. And so some of these people are comparing it to the male version. I'll play that for you and you can see for yourself how that goes.
赤い狐と緑のタヌキ.
Oh, hey, look, I can make a really stupid argument too. The male version, they made the audio so much more vivid. The way he's slurping up those noodles, it's so much more dramatic and emphasized than the female version. They're clearly sexualizing the male far more. And sure, he didn't blush as much as the female version, but his eyes, man, did you see how expressive his eyes were? They were clearly implying sexual acts. This was like basically pornography. It's so problematic, and oh my gosh, this brand is so offensive. Ugh. Anyways, you get the point. Ultimately, these weirdo complaints would get talked about over on JP YouTube, with this channel Shima's Room talking about the situation. Let's hop over to the comments, translate some of the comments to English, and take a look. I think the average person would focus more on the udon and soba noodles in this commercial. Twitter feminists think about erotic things 24 hours a day. Yeah, that goes exactly right back to what we were talking about these people projecting. Like, projection was off the charts. I'm glad to see that our JP bros are finding similar sentiment about that. A response they got says, there were some Twitter feminists who said pencil sharpeners were obscene. They find sex in all things. Oh gosh. Actually getting mad at pencil sharpeners, yeah, it's not surprising at all. Another response says, I guess you know, like they must be hungry for a man and frustrated. Another saying, that kind of feminist thinking is disgusting. This one making a really good point, saying, you say I would like a reverse version, but if it was reversed from the beginning, would it be discrimination against women, such as men being able to eat leisurely at home while women are forced to work overtime? I guess they would say something like that. And here's another really good one, says, I usually eat cup noodles when I work overtime. My female colleague also eats it. At my workplace, many people eat cup noodles during overtime. Have the Twitter feminists posting Sukomi never worked? Twitter feminist ideas are more repulsive. And lastly, we'll take a look at this one. Says, it's better to think of this as the sound of an animal saying that. I'm not saying what caused it, but it's impossible to have a conversation. Is this person saying the Twitter feminists are basically just animals? Is that what he's saying or what? Yeah, we'll leave it there though. That's the last one we're taking a look at. Let me know what you guys think about all of that. And if you want to see more of these comments in the video itself, I will link this video in the description for you. As always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed my coverage. And if you did, please consider liking and or subscribing. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.